How do you save money? In my first book, I taught you why we go broke. If you read my book, you understand that there are many ways we can go broke, and you will understand that you need to understand about saving money, or at least not spending more than you make. If you're picking up this book because you need more tips on how to reinforce your saving skills, then this book is for you. I first want to tell you my story and enforce to you why saving is important. I didn't take the advice when I was younger. I read a book that said at least 10% needs to be saved for retirement or to be saved in The Richest Man of Babylon. There is one major rule with saving money, and that is you want to spend less than you make and have your money work for you. Many people feel the 401k or Social Security will be good for them, but that is not enough. This is why the second rule is having your money make more money. What happens if there are problems? Let's say you get laid off from your job, your car breaks down, or something in your house breaks down. There are cases where you need an emergency fund saved up. There are many tricks in saving money, and there are many tips to put your money aside for a rainy day. The trick is not to touch it and let it build up. There are more tips. I only gave you a few. It is only up to you to do this. One final tip along your saving travels, and that is you can live your life day to day, or you can plan for the future and relax a little.
That was How to Save Your Money. Written by Joseph Evaldi, narrated by Ken Aiken. It is available on Amazon, Audible, and iTunes. Now, this is the Joseph Evaldi podcast. You may ask, why didn't I start the podcast with a book that I've done, an audiobook that I've done about saving? Well, it's that time of year to start thinking about that. Your expenses are tapped. You've overeaten. You've maybe have plans or a resolution. You need to start thinking about what you're going to do this year. Well, in tonight's program, I discuss New Year's resolution, an outlook for 2016, what to expect. I don't have any music, so I will begin right now. New Year's resolutions. I am willing to say this. It's the part of the year where everything new takes place. There's a freshness about the air. There's a crisp feeling, and there's a great feeling. Is what Rick Levine from astrology, from his video that I watched for astrology, he was like, when Mercury goes into Aquarius, it's the outlook for the year. It's that reaching, it's that heading towards spring. And maybe, even though it gets brought back with the Mercury retrograde, I will say this. This year is full of newness. It's that crisp feeling, it's that excitement, it's that sometimes you splurge, but it's only the beginning of what's to come. Maybe there's excitement in that. Maybe there's excitement in saving money. Maybe there's excitement in building that kitchen. Maybe there's excitement in doing whatever. Using that new K-Cup machine, which I've used. But what is New Year's resolutions? Why do we feel the need to set goals that we break? I remember this year, I started a goal. I said I was going to save money, and ironically, my audiobook was on saving money, but every year it happens. We start the year off strong, and then we lose it. We forget the key ingredients in saving. We forget the key ingredients of everything, and we live our lives day to day. See, when I started the year, strong. Started the year with saving money. And then I had the idea of buying stuff for a kitchen that I needed to build up. It's that newness that I was talking about. And for some reason, my idea is to build for that kitchen. To get stuff just so I could use it. And that's my goal. But there's a downside. There's a saving part. There's the alienation of a New Year's goal that I set, which is saving. Now, we build and build those goals. And then somewhere along the line we forget about it. But it's only until springtime that we really pick up them goals again. It's the springtime that we follow through with those goals headstrong. Now, goals are important. When New Year's hits, we feel we have another shot to do it over again. For some, it may be a start of a bad year. For others, it may be something new and fresh. It all depends on whatever's going on in them and how they live their December. Now, December for me, I started a new writing job. And with that writing job, everything was fast. Fast-paced, new, but eventually you gotta slow up, regroup, settle into the year, and then focus. More about this focus after the break, and I will discuss about what it is that of unexpected changes when I come back.
In the first book, I discussed about the facts of growing broke. The second book, I discussed about the importance of saving money. This is the third book in a series of books. In this book, I will discuss about the importance of budgeting. Budgeting is debated by people. Some may think it is the next best thing since sliced bread, and others may just hate it. Either way, budgeting can be an asset if it is used right, even if you don't like it. Like saving money, it is a disciplinary tactic that can be used. What is budgeting? Budgeting is where you limit yourself a certain amount a week and stick to the budget. There are benefits to this if you do it. However, there also is a downside to it. Sometimes you might feel limited. All of these points will be discussed in this book. The first chapter of the book, I will discuss about dividing your check when you are on a budget. The second chapter, I will discuss about the importance of living on a budget and sticking to it. The third chapter, I will discuss about resisting the urge of spending your money and rewarding yourself for sticking to the budget. The fourth chapter, I will discuss about the techniques you can use for setting a budget, whether it's handwritten or on Excel. In the fifth chapter, I discuss about automating your budget, so that way you could spend and not worry about it. Then I discuss about how you know your budget is working, and finally wrapping up about the topic on budgeting. This book on budgeting is to give you pointers of what I learned about budgeting. I will tell you what has worked for me and what hasn't. I will also tell you, like I told you in the last book, that this book is to reinforce these ideas on budgeting into me. If you follow these steps or are already using them, great. If you're just picking up tips on this book, then this book is for you. However, if you don't like this book and you don't want to budget, then that is your decision to make. I'm not going to change your decision one way or the other. I just want to add an alternative view. I hope you enjoy and learn all you can read. Enjoy this book. Good budgeting is allocation of your funds, and there are different ways you can budget. Whether you are limiting yourself a certain amount a week or you are automating your funds, either way, the choice is up to you. Only you know your fixed expenses and your other expenses. And as I learned from reading Tony Robbins' new book, Money, Master the Game, 7 Simple Steps to Financial Freedom, it might be beneficial financially to move to a different environment. Maybe you need a change in life, and this could help you with your living expenses. Budgeting is what you make of it. Make the best of it.
That was Budgeting, How to Budget Your Money. Written by Joseph Evaldi, narrated by Ken Aiken, and that is now available on Audible, Amazon, and iTunes. Even available at paperback and Amazon Kindle. Back to the podcast. Okay, I'm back. And I was gonna discuss unexpected change. Everything with newness of a year, there's always change, even unexpected change. You might be going on one direction for a very long time and you may be stuck in that direction, and all of a sudden the switch flips and you're thinking things that you thought 5, 6, 7 years ago. I guess that's what happened to me. I was focused on goals. I was focused on accomplishing. I was focused on writing. I was focused on self-help, inspiration. And then the switch flips. Now I'm reading spirituality, health, and other topics that follow. And this entails with the job.